These 4 historical fiction books live in my head rent-free, and the more that I read from this genre, the more that I'm convinced that it's one of my all-time favorites. Welcome back to the Reading Roulette, where for the next 10 days I'm going to pull a genre from this jar and give you my 4 best book recommendations based on that genre. Today we picked historical fiction. Starting off with one of my most recent reads, Broken Country. It follows Beth, who's living a very quiet life with her husband on a farm, when a single gunshot sets off this chain of events that drags up everything Beth has been trying to leave in the past, including the man she once loved and lost. The story moves across 3 timelines. We have a present one set in the 60s, a before, and a near future one that's set at an unaliving trial, which gives this whole thing a very tense thriller-like edge. It's a story about grief, it's about love, it's about the choices that haunt us. But honestly, the drama in this, unmatched. Absolutely unmatched. The Great Alone is one that I read quite a few years ago now, but it has stayed buried within me ever since. I still think about this all the time. It's about a family who moves to Alaska in the 1970s, and they're hoping for a fresh start. But what they find instead is isolation, danger, and darkness that creeps both outside of their home and within it as well. A big part of this is them trying to prepare and survive the Alaskan winters. And so it is a story about survival, but not just in the wild, in love, within family, and in yourself. It is so immersive and atmospheric, but at the same time, it is so heartbreaking. And like I said, it's one of those books that stays with you long after you finish it. Next up, we have Pachinko by Min-Jin Lee, and I cannot put into words how good this book is. It is over 500 pages long, but that is because it is a multi-generational saga that spans across an entire century. It begins an early 1900s career with Sunja, a young woman whose unexpected pregnancy forces her to make an impossible choice, and one that shapes the fate of her family for decades to come. Like I said, this spans nearly a century. It is a sweeping story about love, survival, and what it means to build a life in a country that does not accept you. It's beautifully written, it's so emotional, and it's the kind of book that very quietly but very surely breaks your heart. Another one of my absolute favorite reads from this year is The Frozen River by Ariel Lawhon. It's inspired by the real-life figure of Martha Ballard. She was an 18th century midwife and healer who quietly documented the hidden lives of her main community in her diary. And one day, a man turns up frozen in a river, and Martha's notes about a brutal crime may actually hold the key to his death. And so Martha finds herself fighting for justice in a world that does not listen to women. This book is sharp, it's full of wintry atmosphere. It's the kind of historical fiction that feels extremely grounded in the time period that it's set in, but also startlingly relevant to now. I absolutely loved this, and I need to pick up more by Ariel Lawhon.